The world's largest mining event, the Investing in African Mining Indaba, starts in Cape Town today. The event is being held for the 30th time and will, as usual, see deals and discussions on critical issues facing the African mining industry. Let's cross over to our reporter in Cape Town, Katlego Legodi now. Katlego, good morning to you. And busy week in Cape Town. State of the Nation, Mining Indaba, and apparently the president is the one that's going to be doing a keynote address and actually opening the summit. Talk to us. Good morning.
A very good morning to you, Leanne, and to our viewers at home. You're right, it's a very busy morning already in Cape Town as we're coming to you live this morning from the Cape Town International Convention Center on day one of the Investing in Africa Mining Indaba. This is where we're expecting about 8,000 of those delegates plus to arrive here and form part of this process. This is going to sit for the coming 4 days, where some of those more or less themes will go underway, and they'll try by all means to also reimagine the future of mining, not just in South Africa, but on the African continent. We know very well that there have been a whole lot of challenges that have plagued this sector, but very, very crucial sector when you look at it to the economy, looking at how then these minerals get to find their meaning into the economies of these countries on the African continent. What we know today is that there are 3 heads of states that are going to form part of this process. One of them being our very own President, Cyril Ramaphosa, who will give a keynote address here just later on. But let me not spoil it. Let me invite our hosts, the ones that are hosting us here. Laura is here with us this morning to just give us a sense of what we can expect in the coming days. Laura, Cornish, welcome to the SABC. Really, it's all systems go when you look at what has been happening this morning.
Fantastic, and thanks so much for having me. I think we're super excited for Mining Indaba 24. It is our 30-year anniversary, and we are going to see some major exciting change coming from the event over the course of 4 days. And it's starting now. There are already phenomenal numbers of people coming into the venue, and I want to correct you on a number. We are expecting over 10,000 delegates into the conference this year, up from about 8,000 in 2023. So I'm expecting a phenomenal show. I think it's just going to be incredible on every front, from our content to our presidents, our government attendees, to the investors we're bringing into the room, to the juniors, to the majors. We have them all here. So it's just going to be 4 days of fantastic conversations and networking and content.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to reimagine the future of mining on the African continent, and the theme, very fitting when you look at the disruptors and technology on how we can capitalize on that to ensure sustainable development of the mining sector. Tell us about the theme and why then that theme plays a crucial role in terms of the future of the sector.
So look, without giving my age away, I've been in the mining industry for a very long time, almost 20 years. And I've come a long way with the mining industry, and I've seen how it's progressed over the years. It's a slow, traditional type of industry, but conservative in terms of change. And what better time to make great change than on the eve of our 30-year anniversary. So the future of mining is now hard, it's powerful, it's impactful, and we're going to embrace change for the betterment of mining. We're going to do great things in terms of conversations. We're picking up the nature of the conversations. We're being bolder. We're being braver, we're having more uncomfortable situations. That's where you've got to start, right? Because that's how the real solutions, the real meaningful outcomes come from conversations like that. So 30 years, and we're starting that with the power of positive disruption, taking our industry into the next generation and into the future.
Just let us in on the challenges. You've said that we've been really experiencing a slow pace of transformation within this sector, and us here at home in South Africa, we have our own domestic challenges there that are really more or less holding this particular sector back. Let us in on those challenges, and how are we aiming to resolve some of those stumbling blocks in the coming 4 days?
Look, there are a number of challenges that the mining industry in Africa is facing. One of the main ones I want to highlight is limited exploration spend. Something our first main stage panel discussion is focusing on this, really trying to unpack and pick how we are going to resolve that, how to get more companies investing into the African mining sector. And naturally, that's going to link to our critical mineral endowment, right? Everyone's talking about critical minerals as the future of the just energy transition. It's talking to our new markets that we're bringing into Mining Indaba, such as automotive companies, electronic companies, tech companies. So very key to be talking about limited exploration and how we're going to address that. I think the lack of infrastructure in Africa is another major challenge. So again, we're dealing with that on a number of program fronts. How are we going to work to get that infrastructure in place to build new mines in Africa? And I think the last sort of challenge I'd really want to highlight is around mineral rights issuing. exploration rights issuing, where there are typically slow turnarounds in African countries. South Africa, no stranger to that. But again, we're going to unpack that topic in real detail and figure out how we're going to improve it. And I think the DMRE will be announcing the appointed contractor for their cadastral system. So already starting the event on a really strong foot with that news. So very excited about that.
Laura, everything of the best. Thank you very much for joining us on the SABC. She's organizer here, just our host, hosting us in the coming 4 days in terms of those crucial discussions that will get underway. I'm going to step out of shot for my colleague, Tabi, so to show you what is happening behind us. So those are women and men. It's a suit and tie affair. When you look at it this morning, the men and women already gathering from not just South Africa, but the continent at large. Some of them are emerging miners. Some of them are women in mining, and some of those young innovators in the mining sector that will want to form part of this particular process. We're expecting the president to do that opening address just this morning, and that's where we'll see some of these discussions then getting underway. The ball is rolling as we speak right now, and this is where, as the SABC, will be here to bring you those rolling coverage.